The smell of fresh coffee brewing in the morning, the crunch of toast, the sweet indulgence of a slice of cake after dinner. Food is more than just sustenance. It's memories, comfort, and a source of joy. But as the years go by, our bodies change, and so do our nutritional needs. What once seemed harmless, even enjoyable, might now be working against us. The truth is, certain foods can take a toll on our health, making existing conditions worse or increasing the risk of serious illnesses. While no one wants to be told what they can and can't eat, understanding the impact of certain foods can make all the difference in maintaining vitality, strength, and longevity. It's not about deprivation or giving up the pleasures of eating. It's about making smarter choices, ones that help keep energy levels steady, digestion smooth, and the heart strong. And sometimes, that means saying goodbye to a few old favorites. The problem is, many of these troublesome foods are the very ones we grew up enjoying, the ones that have been staples on our tables for decades. But just because something has been a habit doesn't mean it's still the best choice. The good news? For every food that should be avoided, there's always a delicious and healthier alternative. One of the biggest culprits in an aging diet is processed meat. That crisp bacon, those juicy sausages, the convenient slices of deli ham for a quick sandwich. They may be tasty, but they are loaded with sodium, preservatives, and unhealthy fats. For years, scientists have warned about the dangers of consuming too much processed meat, linking it to high blood pressure, heart disease, and even an increased risk of certain cancers. The high salt content alone can be problematic, particularly for those dealing with hypertension or kidney issues. And let's not forget the nitrites and nitrates, the preservatives that give these meats their longer shelf life, but can contribute to inflammation and other health risks. Instead of reaching for processed meats, swapping them out for fresh, lean proteins like grilled chicken, turkey, or fish can make a world of difference. Even plant-based options like lentils and beans can be satisfying and provide plenty of protein without the harmful additives. Another sneaky danger in the diet is deep-fried foods. There was a time when fried chicken, crispy fries, and golden onion rings were considered the ultimate comfort foods. But as we age, these greasy delights become less of a treat and more of a troublemaker. Deep-fried foods are packed with trans fats and unhealthy oils that can clog arteries, raise bad cholesterol, and lead to serious heart problems. Not to mention, fried foods can be hard on digestion, causing bloating and discomfort. The extra calories also contribute to weight gain, something that becomes harder to manage with a slower metabolism. The crunch and flavor of fried foods can still be enjoyed, but with a twist. Air frying, baking, or grilling can offer that same satisfaction without the health risks. Roasted sweet potatoes instead of fries, oven-baked chicken instead of deep-fried drumsticks. Small swaps like these can help keep meals both delicious and heart-friendly. Perhaps one of the most surprising items to limit or avoid is soda and other sugary drinks. Many people think of soda as a harmless refreshment, but the reality is far more concerning. A can of soda contains a shocking amount of sugar, sometimes more than an entire day's recommended intake. For seniors, this can be particularly dangerous, as excess sugar intake increases the risk of diabetes, weight gain, and inflammation. And it's not just soda. Sweetened iced teas, fancy coffee drinks, and even fruit juices can pack a serious sugar punch. Over time, these sugary drinks contribute to insulin resistance, putting added strain on the body. Water, herbal teas, and flavored sparkling water can be refreshing substitutes, keeping hydration levels up without the sugar crash. Dairy, a lifelong staple in many diets, is another food group that might need some reconsideration. While milk, cheese, and ice cream may seem harmless, they can be difficult to digest, particularly for those who become lactose intolerant later in life. Many seniors experience bloating, gas, and discomfort after consuming dairy, even if it was never a problem before. In addition, full-fat dairy products contain high levels of saturated fat, which can contribute to heart disease and high cholesterol. While some dairy in moderation may be fine, swapping out traditional milk for almond or oat milk and choosing lower-fat cheese options can be gentler on the digestive system while still providing essential nutrients. Lastly, let's talk about something most people have a hard time giving up: pastries and baked goods. There's nothing quite like a warm slice of cake, a buttery croissant, or a batch of homemade cookies fresh out of the oven. But these indulgences are often loaded with refined sugars and unhealthy fats, leading to blood sugar spikes and increased inflammation. For seniors, this can accelerate issues like arthritis, cognitive decline, and metabolic disorders. White flour, found in many baked goods, lacks fiber and nutrients, making it less beneficial for digestion. That doesn't mean desserts have to be off the table entirely. There are plenty of ways to enjoy a little sweetness without the downsides. Using whole grains, natural sweeteners like honey, or even fruit-based treats can provide the same satisfaction without the negative health effects. It's easy to feel nostalgic about the foods we've always loved, and giving up old favorites isn't always easy. But making mindful choices isn't about restriction. It's about setting the body up for more years of strength, energy, and well-being. The journey of aging is one of adaptation, and that includes what's on the plate. There are always new flavors to explore, new ingredients to enjoy, and better ways to nourish both body and soul. Food is such a central part of life that changing long-standing habits can feel like an uphill battle. After all, for many people in their 70s and beyond, meals are about more than just nutrition. They are traditions, memories, and even small moments of joy in the day. The smell of freshly baked bread might take you back to childhood, while a perfectly brewed cup of coffee reminds you of long conversations with loved ones. But as much as food can bring comfort, it can also cause harm when certain ingredients work against an aging body. And while we've already discussed some of the biggest offenders, processed meats, deep-fried foods, sugary drinks, dairy, and refined pastries, there's more to explore when it comes to making thoughtful choices for long-term health. One of the most common struggles with aging is maintaining a healthy heart. After all, the heart has been working tirelessly for decades, and it deserves all the support it can get. That's why cutting down on excessive salt is so important. Many seniors don't realize just how much sodium sneaks into their diet, especially in foods that don't even taste particularly salty. Canned soups, frozen dinners, restaurant meals, and even bread can contain high amounts of sodium, which can lead to increased blood pressure, swelling, and a greater risk of heart disease. The tricky part is that taste buds become less sensitive with age, leading many people to reach for the salt shaker without realizing just how much they're consuming. While it may take time to adjust, reducing salt intake can have immediate and long-term benefits. Cooking with herbs, using lemon juice for flavor, and opting for fresh, homemade meals instead of processed ones can help cut back on unnecessary sodium while still keeping meals delicious. Another hidden danger in many diets is margarine and other processed spreads. Years ago, margarine was marketed as a healthier alternative to butter, but we now know that many of these products contain trans fats, which are far worse for the heart than natural fats found in butter or olive oil. Trans fats not only raise bad cholesterol, but also lower good cholesterol, making them one of the most harmful ingredients in any diet. The problem is, they're not just in margarine. They lurk in many packaged baked goods, crackers, and even some peanut butter brands. Checking ingredient labels for partially hydrogenated oils can help avoid these dangerous fats. Instead, switching to healthier fats like extra virgin olive oil, avocado, or even a bit of real butter in moderation can provide better nourishment for the body without the risks. When talking about nutrition in later years, it's impossible to ignore the role of digestion. Many people in their 70s and beyond struggle with slower digestion, bloating, and even chronic constipation. One of the biggest culprits? White bread, pasta, and other refined grains. These highly processed foods lack fiber, meaning they move sluggishly through the digestive tract and do little to support gut health. The body thrives on fiber, which helps keep digestion regular, supports heart health, and even contributes to better blood sugar control. Swapping out white bread for whole grain or sourdough alternatives, choosing brown rice instead of white, and incorporating more fiber-rich foods like oats, beans, and vegetables can make a world of difference. The best part? These options often have more flavor and texture, making meals more satisfying in the long run. Another food that often gets overlooked in conversations about aging is alcohol. While the occasional glass of wine with dinner or a toast at a celebration isn't necessarily harmful, frequent alcohol consumption can have serious consequences for older adults. The body's ability to process alcohol changes with age, making seniors more susceptible to its effects. Even moderate drinking can interfere with medications, disrupt sleep, and contribute to dehydration. Excessive alcohol use can also increase the risk of falls, which become a greater concern with age. For those who enjoy the occasional drink, moderation is key, and staying well hydrated is essential. And for those who are open to alternatives, there are plenty of non-alcoholic beverages that still feel special. Herbal teas, flavored sparkling water, or even alcohol-free wines and beers can provide the same sense of ritual without the downsides. Of course, one of the most important things to consider with diet is how it affects the brain. Cognitive health is a major concern for many older adults, and while there's no magic food that guarantees perfect memory, there are certainly dietary choices that can support brain function or work against it. Highly processed snack foods, such as chips, packaged cookies, and instant noodles, are often loaded with preservatives, unhealthy fats, and artificial additives that can contribute to inflammation and negatively impact brain health. Studies have linked diets high in processed foods to an increased risk of cognitive decline and conditions like Alzheimer's disease. On the other hand, a diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods, such as leafy greens, berries, nuts, and healthy fats from sources like salmon and olive oil, has been shown to support brain function and protect against memory loss. Despite all of this, the idea of changing eating habits can feel overwhelming. After all, food is tied to emotions, routine, and culture. But making even small adjustments can lead to noticeable improvements in energy levels, digestion, heart health, and even mood. And the best part? Healthy eating doesn't mean giving up on delicious meals. It simply means being more aware of what the body truly needs in this stage of life and making choices that support a longer, stronger, and more vibrant future. Food has always been a source of connection, joy, and comfort. It brings families together around the table, revives old memories with familiar flavors, and provides a sense of ritual in daily life. For those in their 70s and beyond, the relationship with food evolves just as the body does. It's no longer just about satisfying hunger. It's about nourishment, longevity, and maintaining a quality of life that allows for independence and vitality. But making changes to a lifelong way of eating can feel challenging, even emotional. The key is to approach it not as a set of restrictions, but as an opportunity to explore new flavors, new habits, and new ways to care for the body. One of the simplest ways to make a shift toward better health is to prioritize whole, unprocessed foods. Many of the harmful foods discussed, processed meats, deep-fried foods, sugary drinks, refined grains, and excessive salt, have one thing in common. They are products of industrial food processing, stripped of their natural nutrients and filled with preservatives, additives, and artificial ingredients. The human body was never meant to thrive on these types of foods, especially as it ages. By focusing on fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains, it's possible to give the body what it truly needs. And while convenience has often made processed foods an easy choice, the truth is that simple, wholesome meals don't have to be complicated. A piece of grilled fish with roasted vegetables, a hearty vegetable soup, or even a slice of whole grain toast with nut butter can be both satisfying and nourishing. Another important aspect of maintaining a healthy diet in later years is hydration. While water might not seem as exciting as food, it plays a crucial role in nearly every function of the body. Dehydration is a common issue among seniors, often leading to fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and even an increased risk of falls. Many older adults don't feel thirst as strongly as they once did, making it easy to forget to drink enough water throughout the day. And with the added effects of certain medications and a slower metabolism, the body requires even more attention to hydration. While sugary sodas and fruit juices should be avoided, there are plenty of ways to make water more appealing. Infusing it with slices of citrus, berries, or mint can add a refreshing twist, while herbal teas and broths can provide warmth and comfort. The goal is to keep the body well hydrated, without relying on drinks that contribute to inflammation or blood sugar spikes. Eating well in later years isn't just about physical health. It's about maintaining a sense of joy and engagement with food. Cooking, for example, can become a creative and fulfilling activity rather than a chore. Experimenting with herbs and spices can open up new flavor experiences without the need for excess salt or unhealthy fats. Exploring different cuisines, Mediterranean, Asian, or Latin American, for example, can introduce exciting new ingredients that are both delicious and nutritious. And for those who may not cook as often as they once did, finding simple, nutritious meals that require minimal effort can make all the difference. Batch cooking soups or stews, preparing fresh salads with hearty toppings, or keeping easy-to-assemble meals on hand can help maintain a balanced diet without the stress of elaborate meal prep. Social connections also play a role in food choices. Sharing meals with others, whether with family, friends, or within a community, can make healthy eating feel more enjoyable. Loneliness and isolation can sometimes lead to poor eating habits, either eating too little or turning to processed convenience foods for comfort. Finding ways to make meals a social event, whether through weekly gatherings, potlucks, or even just a phone call with a loved one while enjoying dinner, can make all the difference in how food is experienced. Perhaps most importantly, making dietary changes should never feel like a punishment. Depriving oneself entirely of favorite foods is not sustainable, nor is it necessary. Instead, moderation and balance are key. If a person loves a certain dish that isn't the healthiest, there's always a way to make a better version of it. A favorite pasta dish can be made with whole wheat noodles. A beloved dessert can be sweetened with natural ingredients, and even classic comfort foods can be adapted with healthier substitutions. The goal isn't perfection. It's about creating a way of eating that supports a longer, stronger, and more fulfilling life. At the end of the day, food should continue to be something that brings joy, nourishment, and energy. By making small, mindful adjustments, it's possible to maintain both health and enjoyment in every meal. The journey of aging is filled with wisdom, experience, and the opportunity to care for the body in the best way possible. And when food is approached with that mindset, it becomes not just a necessity, but a way to celebrate life itself. As the years pass, one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is the gift of good health. And while there are many factors that contribute to longevity and well-being, few are as important as the foods we choose to eat. We've explored the hidden dangers of processed meats, deep-fried foods, sugary drinks, refined grains, and excessive salt. We've also looked at how hydration, whole foods, and mindful eating habits can support a stronger heart, sharper mind, and better digestion. But at the core of it all, the real takeaway is simple. What we put on our plate has the power to shape the quality of our lives. That doesn't mean food should become a source of stress or restriction. On the contrary, making healthier choices is an opportunity to rediscover the joy of eating. It's about finding new favorites, embracing fresh flavors, and nourishing the body in a way that feels good. And yes, there will still be room for occasional indulgences. A slice of cake on a birthday, a special meal shared with family, or a comforting dish that brings back warm memories. The key is balance, moderation, and an awareness of what the body truly needs. Change is never easy, especially when it comes to something as deeply personal as food. Many of the habits formed over a lifetime are tied to traditions, emotions, and culture. But the beauty of this stage of life is the wisdom to make informed choices, the freedom to explore new possibilities, and the ability to shape the future in a way that supports continued vitality. Eating well is not about deprivation. It's about empowerment. It's about choosing foods that give energy rather than drain it, that support the heart rather than burden it, and that bring enjoyment without unwanted consequences. So, as you sit down for your next meal, consider what small changes might make a big difference. Maybe it's swapping out white bread for whole grain, replacing a sugary drink with a refreshing glass of water, or trying a new vegetable you've never had before. Maybe it's making a commitment to cook more at home, to share meals with loved ones, or to take a little extra time to savor each bite. No matter where you start, every step toward better eating is a step toward a healthier, more vibrant future. And with that, I hope this has been helpful and inspiring. If you enjoyed this, remember to like and subscribe to keep up with the latest updates. After all, taking care of ourselves is a journey, and we're all in this together. Wishing you many happy, healthy meals ahead, stay well, and enjoy every bite. Eating well is one of the most powerful ways to take care of yourself, especially as the years go by. The choices we make about food can shape how we feel every day, affecting everything from our energy levels to our heart health, digestion, and even our memory. While certain foods, like processed meats, deep-fried dishes, sugary drinks, and refined grains, can take a toll on the body, making small adjustments can lead to a healthier, happier life. And the best part? Healthy eating doesn't mean giving up all the foods you love. It just means finding better ways to enjoy them. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Easier said than done. And that's fair. Food is personal, and changing habits built over decades takes time. Maybe you love your morning toast, and the thought of giving up white bread sounds unbearable. Maybe you enjoy a cold soda on a hot day, and the idea of switching to water seems unappealing. But here's the thing. Change doesn't have to happen overnight, and it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Even small swaps can make a difference. Maybe today, you try whole grain bread instead of white. Maybe tomorrow, you replace one sugary drink with a cup of herbal tea. Bit by bit, these choices add up, and before you know it, you'll start feeling the benefits. And let's not forget, food is meant to be enjoyed. Eating well shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be something to look forward to. There are so many delicious, nutritious foods out there waiting to be discovered. Ever tried roasting vegetables with a drizzle of olive oil and some fresh herbs? The flavors are incredible. How about swapping out margarine for creamy avocado on toast? You might just find a new favorite. The goal isn't to take away the joy of eating. It's to enhance it while giving your body the nourishment it needs to stay strong and vibrant. At the end of the day, the most important thing is to listen to your body and take care of it the best way you can. You've made it this far, and that's something to celebrate. Every step toward healthier choices is a step toward more energy, more good days, and more moments of feeling your best. So, whether you're just starting to think about making changes or you've already begun your journey toward better eating, know that every effort counts. And with that, I just want to say thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss out on future updates. We're in this together, and I can't wait to continue sharing more ways to live a happy, healthy life. Wishing you a wonderful day. Stay well, eat well, and enjoy every moment.